This is Randy smoking a bong. And this is Randy smoking 30 fat joints for fracking breakfast.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tegrity Breakfast, the show where we talk about everything Tegrity Farms. I'm Randy Marsh.
We already know this guy is South Park's #1 stoner, so I'm on a mission to measure how much wacky tobacco Randy Marsh has smoked as we watch him go from ordinary dopehead to Snoop Dogg Marsh to full-blown marijuana kingpin. Let's start with that time he was just your average stoner, except he had giant balls. In the episode Medicinal Fried Chicken, Randy takes the boys out to KFC, but the restaurant has been replaced by a medicinal marijuana dispensary.
And we only sell marijuana here.
Really? Openly selling pot, for reals?
Sure. New state laws say it's okay.
Woo! All right! I love the future!
Randy immediately tries to buy a whole ton of pot, but the owner won't sell him a single gram without a physician's reference. Without a second thought, he races to the doctor's office, abandoning the kids he was meant to feed in the parking lot. The doctor declares he's 100% healthy and doesn't qualify for medicinal marijuana, but Randy is so desperate to get stoned, he literally gives himself testicular cancer by shoving his balls in the microwave.
Oh, Sharon! Hey, Sharon! Mr. Marsh, I'm afraid that the test came back positive. You do have testicular cancer. Score!
After getting the prescription of his dreams, Randy loads his giant balls into a wheelbarrow and makes his way to the weed store while singing Bob Marley terribly. When he arrives, he goes on a weed shopping spree.
1 ounce Purple Orpal, 2 ounces Fisherman's Friend, and a ½ ounce of Alabama Kush.
And he's so stoked about getting stoned, he can't even wait till he wheels back home to roll up a fat doobie.
That is nice.
Randy, your balls!
I know. Smoking pot right in front of a cop. Sweet, huh?
No, I mean your actual balls!
Oh, yeah. Testicular cancer. You want some? Wait, you're healthy. Bust his ass, officer.
The next morning, Randy returns to buy weed and wheels home again, looking more ridiculous than ever before.
Oh, God, I gotta hurry. Caprica starts in 5 minutes. Oh, Jesus.
No, I'm sorry. Now he's looking more ridiculous than ever before. Randy space hops all the way to the bar and smokes his last joint of the episode while playing poker and using his Jupiter-sized testicles as a very convenient seat.
Oh, man, this rainy day woman is the bomb. You guys don't know what you're missing.
Once his balls shrunk back down to their original size, so smaller than 2 KFC nuggets, Randy was done with weed. Fast forward to the episode Tegrity Farms, and dude is a literally old McDonald, but with marijuana. After learning there was a school shooting and Shelly bribed a playground monitor with a picture of her butthole, Randy is disgusted with the state of the world and declares the Marsh family will begin a new life on their very own weed farm.
Moved on out to a Colorado farm. Now it's early to bed, early to rise. Crops are plowed and it's no surprise to make my living on a Colorado farm.
Why do Sharon and the kids look so down? Just look at all those fields of weed. They're gonna get absolutely fucking loaded from this. Randy works long and hard in those fields farming weed strains like Green Willie Stranger and the catatonic Tegrity Bud. Works up quite a sweat, so now it's time to rehydrate with weed milk. What else did you expect him to drink? Towley, a weed inspector who's also a towel, visits the farm. He gives Randy the green light to sell all his good and the Marshes celebrate with a good old farm-to-table supper.
Hemp milk here, hemp oil and vinegar bruschetta, hemp seed tabbouleh, and guess what the napkins are made from?
Randy eats the exact same meal the following day, and presumably all of Stan's food too. Kid got sent to his room in disgrace for owning a vape pen.
Bless us, Lord, in our little cannabis farm, and may we always keep our integrity. Oh, how was everyone's day?
Not great. Stan got caught with a vaping pen.
With a what? Stan had a vape pen? Get up to your room right now! Way to underreact, Sharon!
Randy has serious beef with the vaping industry because apparently only pussies use vapes, aka pussy pens. After scolding Stan for not smoking a joint like a real man, Randy storms out of the barn and chugs down another glass of Tegrity milk. He then heads to Big Vape, Colorado and beats up all the vapors for being pussies. And with men twice his size knocked out cold, there's nobody to stop him from committing like millions of dollars worth of property damage.
Does this mean we're out of the vaping business, fellas?
Randy really putting the T integrity by almost blowing up children. Also, why was Butters selling vapes to fracking kindergartners? The one time he deserved to get grounded and nothing happened. Randy was already far from your average stoner, but from here he gets high enough to give Snoop Dogg a run for his money. It sucks when Amazon doesn't deliver your package on time. Randy's got bigger things to worry about though, like his of a neighbor stealing all of his customers. When Amazon workers go on strike in the episode Bike Parade, the whole town is pissed at Jeff Bezos and people are smoking more weed than ever before. Randy should be rolling in the money right about now, but Joe Anderson is selling people pot past the legal limit. Mr. Marsh needs to find a way to upstage his rival without breaking the law, so he smokes a quick thinking joint.
We have to make sure Integrity Weed stays ahead of the competition.
Find a way to get the weed to the people.
Like a delivery service.
He decides to deliver Integrity all over town via e-scooter, and his idea is so successful, by the end of the day, the entire town, including Randy, is higher than Snoop Dogg himself.
Hello, Bezos! You can take your fulfillment center and fulfill it right up your ass. See, there's one thing you didn't count on. That's integrity. Just look in the eyes of these people. Everyone has integrity now. We aren't just different classes of people anymore. We are a town.
Are you all high?
No? Why do you ask that?
Because I'm over here.
Oh.
Honestly, that might be the most impressive thing Randy has ever done. The evolution of Randy Marsh is probably the most fascinating thing to me out of all South Park characters. In season 1, he was just some background character geologist. Skip ahead to season 23, and he's a frickin' drug lord who has literally taken over the opening credits of the show.
Going down to Integrity Farms, gonna have myself a time. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation. So come on down to Integrity Farms and meet some friends of mine.
Assuming Randy's obsession with weed is so unhealthy that he actually ate 6 burned weed cupcakes, he probably just consumed at least 75 grams of the drug in one sitting. In the episode of Mexican Joker, Randy hires tons of immigrants to slave away on his farm for pennies. But business is booming, and people are even buying edibles, bongs, and Randy Marsh plushies from the Integrity Farms gift shop. The Marshes are practically raking in the money, so the existence of a few home growers really shouldn't have bothered Randy as much as it did.
I started growing my own plants a couple weeks ago.
Oh, hey, you. My weed not good enough for you?
No, I just started kind of getting into it.
You're stealing my idea, Steven!
Growing marijuana is not your idea.
When you grow your own pot, you're taking weed out of my children's mouths!
After flipping off Steven and Mr. Mackey for not buying his weed, Randy tips off ICE and gets Diego and his family deported. He can't risk anybody else messing with integrity, so he decides to get homegrowers banned by making Stan read a terrible essay to the city council about the 2 serious risks of homegrowing: people poisoning themselves by growing weed wrong, and babies drowning. Safe to say, Mayor McDaniels wasn't convinced.
Stupid government! How can they sit there and look a child in the face and say it's fine for people to grow their own weed?
Back at Integrity Farms, Randy receives a surprise visit from a $1 million marijuana company who wanted to team up and put a stop to all the babies totally drowning right about now because of homegrown weed.
So you guys want to team up and piggyback on the goodwill of the legalization movement for some good old-fashioned crony capitalism? I'm totally in.
Dang bro got so high he started talking like Rick Sanchez. Randy smokes yet another fat doobie while he gets to work taking down the evil home growers. He's been on the brink of insanity since this morning, but once Towel calls him a stupid towel, he has a full-blown mental breakdown and commits, I think, his second worst crime next to nuking the whole of Finland.
You want a normal size or a big fatty?
After checking terrorism off his to-do list, our hero can finally relax, knowing Integrity Farms is South Park's #1 weed supplier, and now it's impossible for babies to drown.
Looks like Integrity Farms is turning big profits again. We're on our way to becoming the biggest weed brand in the country. Anybody here wants to call me a towel, just go ahead and do it. Go on, Sharon.
Fine, you're a towel.
Best towel you ever had!
It's crazy how Randy once hired a future Stan to scare his son into never doing drugs. Now he's literally feeding him edibles every night for dinner. Stan's already a secret alcoholic. Imagine how messed up his brain is becoming right about now. From here, we get to Randy Marsh's final evolution when he turns into a full-blown marijuana kingpin. If you thought opening a Blockbuster after DVDs went extinct was Randy's dumbest business idea ever, can I just remind you with the episode Banned in China real quick? Randy wants to take Integrity Weed global. Holland would be a great place to start, but this moron chooses China of all places.
Can I give you guys my card? I'm just starting to grow my business here in China.
What is this, sir?
That's weed, you know. Oh, hey, Hey, everything all right? Don't forget my suitcase. All my weed is in there.
Randy gets thrown in a brutal Chinese prison for drug trafficking, but joins forces with Mickey Mouse to make a weed deal with the Chinese government so they can plant drugs in their student protesters. However, they'll only accept if Randy murders Winnie the Pooh. Somebody compared him to the president, so he's China's #1 political prisoner. Randy has a deal with China now, and pretty soon a truckload of cash is getting dumped at Tegrity Farms. He'll roll it in later though. First, he really needs a shower and more weed.
Well, gang, looks like the family business is starting to really turn the corner. Now that China finally has Tegrity.
Dad, why are you covered in honey and blood? Did you kill Winnie the Pooh?
Oh, yeah, I did kill Winnie the Pooh. Where are you going, Stan?
We're officially halfway through Randy's love affair with marijuana right now, so let's check in on our pothead pal and see how stoned he is. According to my calculations, he's already consumed 571 grams of weed. Right now, that's just hand luggage for Randy to smuggle into China, but believe me, he's only gonna get higher and higher from here on out. Randy's ridiculous spending habits are the reason he has barely any money left in the episode Let Them Eat Goo. To make ends meet, he decides to sell all of his leftover mulch to a hardware company.
How much you think we'll get for our mulch?
Even if we only get 10 cents a pound, we have like 1,000,000 pounds of it.
This is gonna save our business.
That joint gives Randy the munchies, so he stops at Burger King. He tries an Impossible Burger and is inspired to start selling his own plant-based Tegrity burgers.
Oh, it's really fucking good, man. It's the best burger I've ever had.
Towley's had like 12.
Best burgers I ever had.
Once Tally snaps someone back to reality, Randy sets up a Tegrity burger joint right outside Burger King. Despite the slogan, tastes like it but you won't care, tons of people are buying, and pretty soon that little stand turns into the most popular fast food joint in South Park. Now angry cattle farmers are showing up on Randy's doorstep.
Made my living 62 odd years before you showed up and put me out of job.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cow Killer. This is called evolution.
The farmer dumps his herd of cattle on Tegrity Farms. Now the animals are eating all of Randy's weed and just pooping everywhere. Everybody turning vegan now, so Randy can't sell the cattle to anyone. They're ruining his business, and he sees only one solution. Get really, really high and shoot all the cows. First Winnie the Pooh, now a bunch of innocent cows. Randy seems to kill an awful lot of animals when high. If Stan and Shelly had a pet goldfish, their dad would have turned it into a Tegrity fish fillet right about now. Anyway, Randy's cow killing spree does not go unnoticed, and the protesters expose damning footage of him torturing and flashing cows on the news the following day. His response?
Q, they were just, we didn't eat them.
Ah! Classic Randy. Moving on to the episode Tegrity Farms Halloween Special, Randy has created a brand new strain of weed for the spooky season.
Oh, man, I really like it.
Yeah, it's smooth.
The special's gonna be a big hit, but Shelly has a major problem with marijuana. And by that, I mean she wouldn't touch the drug with a 10-foot pole and throws a cauldron of poison all over the specials just to ruin Halloween for every pothead in South Park. All the corrosives mutate the weed, and it grows until it turns the entire barn into a marijuana rainforest. Randy gets hundreds of new jars ready for the first customers, but Shelly breaks them when he won't drive her to the book fair. Recognizing his daughter's marijuana problem has gotten way out of control, Randy drives her straight to the police station and has her thrown in the slammer for hating weed.
I just think maybe a night in jail is the wake-up call that she needs.
When you have a problem with drugs and alcohol, you hurt everyone around you. Happy Halloween.
While Randy was bawling at the police station, as soon as he gets back to Tegrity Farms, he's forgotten all about the daughter he just imprisoned and is smoking some Halloween special in a hot tub.
Hey, come on in, guys. There's candy and a hot tub. All right. Samplers of the special are there on the table, guys. Feel free to light up.
We're almost out, Randy. I gotta go to the barn and get some more.
Yeah, I'll hold down the fort.
Turns out smoking weed that had furniture polish, paint thinner, and bleach thrown on it wasn't very safe after all. All the party guests start mutating into hideous Tegrity marijuana monsters, and Randy has to run for his life. Getting chased by weed zombies is already enough to ruin anybody's night, but there's something even more terrifying waiting for Mr. Marsh in the barn. The ghost of a fat diabetic bear who wants to steal his murderer's soul.
There's monsters everywhere! Unspeakable evil! All different kinds of monsters! Please, somebody go!
Yeah, there's no way Matt Stone and Trey Parker weren't stoned off their asses riding this whole season. The entire police force raced to Tegrity Farms, but when they arrive, there's a shocking lack of zombies and film directors. That can only mean
Get him off of me! Ah! Ah! We're going to live! We're going to live! For me! Get him off of me! You monsters! Go back to hell! Oh, what is that? Oh, no!
Note to self, do not smoke Randy's Halloween special. You'd think the Halloween special would have scared Randy off marijuana for life, or at least made him cut back a few joints, but the episode's season finale literally opens with him hosting his own weed breakfast show. Randy still has plenty of joints to smoke, but his show gets a little off schedule when police storm the farm and arrest him for basically everything.
People are fed up, Marsh. The past few weeks you've held parades for yourself, needlessly slaughtered 1,000 cows, made deals with the Chinese, and nearly poisoned everyone with your Halloween special.
South Park is nothing without Tegrity Farms.
Get him out of here.
You people are just jealous. Jealous that I took over South Park and I'm successful.
The husband she loves so much rotting behind bars, Sharon naturally throws a huge party to celebrate and the whole town shows up. While his friends and loved ones party away, Randy starts experiencing weed withdrawal, but refuses to admit that he has an addiction, despite the fact that he's literally willing to smoke a butt joint.
I've been sent to try and help you.
But I think I'm just gonna plead guilty.
The president said you might need a little something special. Is this just what the doctor ordered?
Mr. Marsh gets exonerated at his trial by letting a Mexican child take the blame for all of his terrorist attacks. Despite realizing how drugs have negatively affected him and his family, Randy does not change and insists to go straight back to weed farming once the cold weather goes away. That doesn't mean Sharon and the kids will get a drug-free winter though. Oh no, there's plenty of Christmas snow to sell.
Turns out the coca plant is even hardier than the marijuana plant. It can grow even when we're out of season.
What is wrong with you? We can't have you selling this stuff in town. Cocaine is illegal.
It is?
You know this guy is technically a scientist with a doctorate, right? He must have lost like 5 IQ points every season. Randy got up to some crazy stuff on that business trip he took to China. Getting thrown in jail for drug smuggling? Check. Murdering Winnie the Pooh? Check. Getting a weed deal with the communist government? Check. Randy's even more shit antics aren't revealed until the episode The Pandemic Special, and Sharon is going to be a total B-word if she ever finds out that her husband smoked dope at a brothel with Mickey Mouse.
You sure know how to party, Mick.
Oh my God, look at her! She's so hot!
I think that's a bat.
Yeah, it's a bat!
Yet chose to frick a bat instead of one of the human prostitutes.
Take a turn!
And I almost forgot, he literally caused the coronavirus pandemic by having sex with a pangolin. Does anyone even know what a pangolin is? I have no idea. I only know that Randy's a sick man. But he loves his weed, so naturally he loves the color green and St. Patty's Day too. In the episode of Credigree Weed St. Patrick's Day, Randy is up bright and early in his leprechaun costume ready to sell some St. Patrick's Day special to all of South Park. He was in a really good mood, but his piece of kids ruin everything by having the audacity to go to school instead of helping him sell weed. Trying some of the St. Patty's Day special should cheer him up though.
Oh, wow. Wow. This is gonna be our best special ever.
Those 5 seconds of Irish joy come crashing down though, and Randy realizes Steve over at Credigree Weed is selling his own St. Patrick's Day special. Being 10% Irish and someone who has never set foot in Ireland, Randy O. Marsh becomes seriously offended that a black man would dare appropriate his culture. So he goes on a racist rant, beats up Steve, and gets promptly arrested.
Yeah, let's arrest the white leprechaun. Cause you know, can't have one day for a mostly white culture, right? Don't want to get canceled. I guess don't arrest him for cultural appropriations. Guess that only works one way, huh?
Randy gets thrown in jail with Butters, who's been accused of being a psychotic predator after he pinched a girl at school for not wearing green. He uses his only phone call to tell Stan to ditch school and sneak some weed into prison for him. The dope arrives hidden in a St. Patrick's Day cake, and Randy the leprechaun wastes no time smoking a joint right next to a child in a stained toilet.
Oh man, that is strong.
Randy didn't smoke any more joints in that episode. I think he was way too tired from busting himself and Butters out of jail.
Yes! Now use your clover rays!
Me golden coins of spite!
Wait, so he was a real leprechaun all along? That 10% Irish DNA must be hella strong. South Park: The Streaming Wars is a 2-part movie which literally opens with Randy Marsh smoking dope down the Integrity Farms lazy river. Man Bear Pig has caused a drought and water in Colorado is becoming scarce. A water commissioner tells Randy he can make money by leasing his farm's water, but first he needs to prove the stream flows back to the Denver reservoir. Stan and his friends make popsicle boats so Randy can sell water, and the boys make over $10,000 in commission selling boats to other streamers, just about enough for Cartman to get that life-saving surgery he desperately needs.
Kenny, feel him. Go on, feel him.
Look at real, dude. What?
Thank you, Kenny.
Man Bear Pig starts murdering streamers for taking advantage of the water supply, and Steve goes into hiding after getting attacked. In part 2, the drought gets worse, and even Matt Damon has to eat and drink pee-pee to survive.
Pee-pee water. We can water our lawns with it. We can also use urine for our shower water. Pasta cooked in pea water tastes just fine. Oh. Did you know frozen pea can make for a delicious summer treat?
Recognizing how bad things have become, Randy returns to his old job as a geologist and starts building a desalination plant. The idea is to separate salt from seawater and put an end to all the pea drinking. However, PP doesn't want to go out of business and destroys the plant. Randy is left feeling hopeless, but then he remembers the one woman who can save everyone. A woman so bitchy and entitled she can get past the PP water park security and speak to the manager directly, but he needs to be really high to transform into her.
What the hell is he doing?
We missed you, Karen. Someone's been with my integrity.
Karen demands to be let inside the PP water park, but gets told it's closed because they are filming another pee drinking commercial. Not giving a she uses her supernatural powers to throw the worker and everyone else out of her way. She finally speaks to the manager, and like all other Karens that came before her, her meltdown goes viral for being extremely racist. But hey, at least she exposed the truth about the streaming wars to everyone.
Okay, please leave. No, you're a piece of shit who started the streaming wars on purpose. Okay, that's it. And then you pay celebrities to get people to invest in your dumb shit. Somebody get this Karen out of my face!
After assaulting Cartman, Randy realizes that saline implants are the key to powering the desalination plant. Tons of women line up to sacrifice their and pretty soon clean water is back in Colorado. Shots is all about celebrating, so I thought it would be the perfect episode for our grand finale. Also, Randy ate a just metric ton of weed in it. Mr. March has just made $300,000 selling weed, even though his family said Integrity Farms was a stupid idea. Now it's time to rub his success in all their depressed little faces.
Happy 300, Integrity Farms. Happy $300,000. Can you believe it, gang? We've broken $300,000 selling weed.
Randy literally eats weed tabbouleh for dinner, so there's no way that isn't a weed cake. Judging by how pissed off the family still were about him killing Winnie the Pooh and making a deal with the Chinese, I bet he had to demolish that cake himself. Not a difficult task if you've got a serious case of the munchies. Excluding eggs, because how the hell do you make weed eggs, Randy's celebration cake would have contained 150 grams of canna milk, 250 grams of canna flour, 150 grams of canna butter, 200 grams of canna sugar, and 500 grams of canna frosting, give or take a puff. Making himself a cake was one thing, but to actually parade through South Park and show off how much money he's made is just another level of insanity.
Here's some beads. Big old beads for everybody. I've got $300,000.
He probably just wasted 50 grand of his profits on that ridiculous parade. Now he's throwing more money down the toilet by shooting his own commercial.
$300,000! It's a 300 Palooza! Come on down and see what we've got!
What we've got?
We've got $300,000! We're celebrating with new t-shirts! Integrity Farms made $300,000 and all I got was high!
The stupid commercial makes Sharon and the kids hate marijuana even more, if that was even possible. Randy just can't seem to understand why they hate his business so much and breaks down in front of Leanne Cartman, who needs a joint after spending 10 years living with a tubby sociopath.
I'm trying to do what's best for my family. I'm trying to provide for them by running a business. I'm sorry if I make mistakes.
I know, Randy. Other parents expect me to deal with Eric.
And I get it from both sides because my family's pissed off at me too.
Barns are Leanne's favorite place to do it, so I'm very surprised they didn't have sex after that. But I'm even more shocked by just how much weed has entered this man's body. After tallying up every gram he's puffed and munched, my calculations show this stoner has taken in a grand total of 2,435 grams of marijuana. Holy hell, that's a bakery full of brownies and 40 grand of drug money right there. Believe it or not, the rest of the videos on this channel are just as insane as this one. So if you're hungry for more content, not edibles, click the screen and dive into the crazy deranged world of this character. Thanks for watching.